Hello everyone, I'm Major Chip. It's been quite a while since I took a look at any keyboards, so I decided to buy 3 of them. All 3 of these were under $25. One was bought from Amazon, one from eBay, one from Wish. And I really just want to see what you get for your money. I mean, under $25 for a full mechanical keyboard. There's got to be a catch. Let's figure it out. I'm not going to talk about longevity of these keyboards. Who knows how long they're going to work? You know, it might die in a week. You might get years out of it. It's really tough to tell. Really unpredictable. I'm probably not going to disassemble them unless one doesn't work and I have to, because it's probably all the same sort of parts. You know, cheap controller and a PCB with switches mounted to it. Unless there's any real interest for me to open one up for some reason. So we're going to go down the line here. And I guess we'll go cheapest to most expensive. This one was purchased from eBay. It cost $17.28, free shipping. And it's the cheapest, and it comes in the cheapest looking box. No nice outer wrap or anything like that. It's just a cardboard box. So let's see what this has in it. Hopefully a keyboard. I will say, it's at least clicky switches. That side was already ripped. This is kind of too big of a knife for doing this, but it'll work. And pop that out. A little bit of tape there. And it's red. I did order a red one, so that's nice. Not much in the way of packaging. In fact, there's no instruction page to tell you the different lighting effects. Fair enough, I guess. That is... Ooh, that was a crunchy sound. Honestly, not bad in terms of flex. I expected worse. This is an all-plastic keyboard. This top plate is plastic. Bottom is plastic. It does have adjustable feet. And it doesn't feel bad. I mean, it's got blue switches in it. I ordered all of them with blue switches because that's my preferred cherry style switch. Let's take a look at what switch. I will have to get a macro look at that, but let me adjust my focus. I don't even see a brand on there. It's just like a little marking. I will try and get a better picture and put it into the video. But it has blue switches. It's a keyboard. It does kind of press down a little bit in the middle. The spacebar's well stabilized. Backspace not so much. You can kind of see it dips over when you put pressure on it. Shift has very little or no stabilization. I mean, I have 3 keyboards, and I forgot to bring a key puller. I'll be right back. Okay, so I obviously didn't prepare well because I can't find a key puller. So let's do it a little more aggressively. Just trying to get under there to take a look. Okay. So it's not a very advanced stabilization that they have. They just have these little divots here, and then these round pins kind of fit into there. I mean, what do you expect, I suppose? Let's see if it works. Alright, got the lights off. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Alright, does a nice little startup animation. Actually, not too dim. It's a pretty well backlit keyboard. Let's do... Now remember, it came with no instructions, but the other keyboards I looked at have used function and like these keys or these keys to control brightness and whatnot. So let's see if it works. Do function. Okay, so that's your standard lower and raise brightness. Does this change? That doesn't change modes. What about this? Okay, page up does changing through modes. So this is only one set of modes. I expected it to roll back to fully backlit. Page down. Okay, so page up is one mode. Page up is multiple modes. Page down is that mode and that mode. Okay, so there's a few modes assigned per key. Okay, home that's pulsing. That's only one row. That's probably following. That is every time you type it goes through. Okay, so as you type, the whole keyboard pulses. Insert is all on, or WASD. All on, WASD, and just pulsing. And then fully on. Delete is a wave. Different waves. That's kind of neat looking. I'm trying to not make this video go on so long, but there's a lot of modes in this, and end does nothing. So I'll just set it to full mode, and I typed a whole bunch of stuff on screen. This is a test of a cheap keyboard. It worked fine. I purposely did the first letter of every word with shift to make sure that was responsive. It worked fine. So for right now, numlock works. The keys feel alright. They don't feel the best. But it's a $19 keyboard. So, honestly speaking, I think I'm going to take this one down to work with me and just see how long it lasts in the shop before it dies. Because it's not bad. Not bad at all. If you want something that I would class as being disposable, not a bad purchase. So let me turn the light back on, get the next keyboard. I'll be right back. Alright, next one up. The Amazon keyboard. This one, going by packaging alone, huge step up. What's odd is this is branded Dion. I guess that's a G. And then if you look at the label, it says a Felicon keyboard. So that's probably not a good sign. Coincidentally, the previous keyboard was a Moang. I didn't even think to mention that. But this is a Diong. A Diong DY101. Professional competitive mechanical keyboard. And this is stylized. It looks very much like a Razer box, which is probably on purpose. Let's see. 104 key dust-proof machinery shaft body. Real mechanical keyboard, 104 key, dust-proof mechanical green shaft. Again, I guess it's trying to look like the Razer keyboards because they have the cherry green switches. We'll see when we open it. After aesthetist, professional players, strict test verification, improvement, treatment. Just read this. It's I'm not reading any more aloud. Mechanical structure. Click the light key. Green axis paragraph sense is strong. Click sound is big. Mechanical sense is strong. Representative axis of a mechanical keyboard. Need to press down 2.4 millimeters to be able to trigger. Typing rhythm is fast. The voice is clear. Okay. That was wonderful. Not my reading, but the sentence on there. So let's just open it. Let's waste any more time. Alright, we got a little piece of bubble wrap. And a box with Chinese instructions. And the keyboard. Now, is that actual metal? It's cold to the touch. That's actual metal. That's impressive for one. This one doesn't raise in the back as much as the other one. It doesn't have as big a feet. That automatically makes it a little less comfortable for me. But let's take a look at the wisdom of this. This is just describing the media keys, which they're not printed on there, so that's not useful. Function plus W will probably turn off the Windows key so you can't hit it accidentally. Function up and down is going to be brightness most likely. Function left and right is probably going to be your lighting modes. But we'll see once we plug it in, provided it works. Function insert, MCU, flash, USB 2.0, RAM 16K 8-bit flash. Sure, we'll go with that. Let's take a look. Okay, the shift bar is far better stabilized in there. I could actually see from here, it's got the proper stabilizers with the little plastic piece and then the other piece that goes through there. Just like what the space bar has down here, the plastic pieces with the slide. So space bars, well stabilized. Already seeming like a much better keyboard. Let's try and get a close-up on the key switches. It has a name on it, but I can't read it. And the camera might pick it up. I'm not fully sure. But I'll have to get a good look at that too and put that in the video. I'll lock my focus back. And let's plug this one in and see what it looks like. I'm turning it the wrong way. Turn off the light. And let's see what this keyboard does. It just lights up. Okay. Okay, something interesting about the lighting on this keyboard. The colors aren't as saturated, I guess would be the word for it. They're a little whiter than they are in the previous keyboard. Let me just plug in the other keyboard and I'll show you. Yeah, I think you can pretty much tell from there. This is like a deep blue. This is like more of a lighter blue. The green is a very deep green. This is just a little closer to just a lighter green. The orange is about the same actually. And this actually has white keys along the top. More pink on the bottom instead of red. Oh, and then the red is sort of towards the bottom, but that looks more orange. It's probably going to be very hard to tell on camera, and I'm not doing a very good job explaining it. But just the color scheme of this keyboard looks a little different. And I actually don't mind it. I kind of like it. So, let's go through the color modes, and then I'll type on it, see how it feels. Function here. Yep, that's going to be your brightness. Only has 3 modes of brightness and off. Uh-oh. I thought that would be modes. Insert's one mode. Okay, I'm confused. Does this speed up? Okay, so left and right speeds up your effects. That's an interesting one. And this one, it looks like function insert toggles through your modes. Did any of the other buttons do anything? Maybe these? No, I think it's just insert. Let me take another look at that manual. Oh, you know what? It does say function insert. And a bunch of Chinese text. And then function win will turn on the Windows lock. Let me get this to a... There we go. And then your Windows key doesn't work. And then function Windows. How do you get Windows key lock off? I just realized that was scroll lock. Okay, so yeah, so that locks. Windows key, hit it again, and then Windows key works. All right, fair enough. I was hitting Windows key thinking that light would go off, but no, that was just scroll lock. So that's your num lock key. That's your num lock light. That's your caps lock light. It all works. Let's enter in. Okay, that feels almost identical to the other one. This has a little bit less flex to it than the previous one. Let me turn the light back on. Prepare your eyes. Okay. This one has ever so slightly less flex to it because it's got that metal on top. Chords about the same. The typing feels about the same. The previous keyboard has nicer effects. I prefer the color to this one, and I think the feel to this one's a little bit better. So that's my review of that one. Let's move on to the third one, the most expensive one that was bought from Wish. This is a Millang. This is the same keyboard, isn't it? I think this is the same as the eBay one. And this costs the most money. Well, it came with a sheet of paper telling the modes, though. That's nice. It's not blue switches. I ordered all 3 with blue switches. It has red switches. And it's the same keyboard. I thought it looked familiar. Okay. Well, I guess that cut my review of this one short. It's the same thing, but with the switches that I didn't order. Red switches. Feels okay, I guess. These ones have the same, just little icon on them instead of a brand. This one has no model on the back. This one has no model on the back, but it's got a label on it. And this one, it's etched in. Well, there you go. Don't buy the same keyboard from Wish that you could buy from eBay. What's funny is I didn't even notice they looked the same on the 2 listings. So, go figure. Yep, same exact stabilization issue on these keys. I guess I'll plug it in and see if it's the same light. I'm pretty sure it is. But because I have this paper, at least we can see if there's any modes that I missed on the last keyboard. Alright. So this one has a bunch of different game modes. Also does the same thing where it tells you what your multimedia keys do instead of printing it on the keycaps. 6 level brightness. Okay, so you can do the left and right to make it faster or slower. Yeah, it looks like you could save macros in this. Function plus end equals record key or / storage key. I'm not going to get into any of that. If you want to do macros, you should probably be getting something a little better than a $20 keyboard. Okay, so function insert is normal, light, sparkle, breathing, and extinguish. Okay. See, it makes a whole lot more sense when you have this little guide. So if you happen to have this model keyboard and don't know how to control it, here's the manual for it. Would have been nice to know I had that looking at the previous one. So anyway, that's my look at the cheapest keyboards. I'll probably do this again at some point down the line. See maybe the next step up from the cheapest keyboard possible. But honestly, it's just amazing how cheap these things have gotten. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had some kind of interest in this video. I was trying to make it interesting. And I am going to have another video soon about some other cheap things that I found on Amazon. And we're going to unbox them. Have an Xbox I'm going to try and bring back to life, an original Xbox. So, thank you for watching. Major Jip, signing out.